What did your own caucus, while you were having your meetings, what were you discussing in your own meetings while plenary was shelved or put on suspension?
Of course, yeah, because before the suspension of plenary, you are aware that the leadership of the minority parties have not emerged yet. So we were trying to put our house in order. We made a lot of consultation. We met with the Accord Party, the Labour Party, ABGA, and decided on who should lead the minority parties. And that's why on that day on the floor of the House, when we resumed on Tuesday, it was very easy for Mr. Speaker to announce the leadership of the minority parties.
So it took you 2 months to work out who would become leaders of the minority parties. So how long would it take you to handle issues of the nation that are so pressing right now?
So it didn't take us 2 months to have the leadership of the minority parties. The only problem we had was because plenary has been suspended, we could have called for the House to resume because we just wanted our minority leadership position to be announced. So we had it in the kitty already. We were ready. It's only that plenary was not, we did not resume plenary. And Mr. Speaker has the right to call for plenary to resume. So it's not that it took us that long.
Well, it would seem that the crisis within the ruling party in the House has been resolved. You say that you're happy. Why are you happy?
I'm very happy, one, because Nigerians want to see us work. We promised them that we are going to give credible leadership. So as a member of parliament, I'm happy because the leadership problems have been resolved and we are now ready to work for Nigerians, and the various committees will be constituted very soon, and you'll see legislative oversight functions start taking place immediately.
You also said that you were interested in who occupies those principal positions within the House of Representatives, especially the positions for the ruling party. Are you happy about the emergence of those who have come out?
Let me say, for the time period that I've known these two candidates, or the candidates that have emerged now, that is talking about the Mr. Speaker, which is Zogara, then Bajabi Amila, who is the majority leader, and Buba, and some of them. We've been together for the past 8 years, and I've known Baja for the past 14 years. So if I have known Baja for 14 years, and today he is the majority leader, I've known Dogara for like 12 years also, and today he's the speaker. You will agree with me that I will be talking from the point of authority that are people that I know who are credible, who can give Nigerians good sense of leadership and dividend of democracy, if only they will work together as a group.
The reason why I ask this is because some of the parts of the crisis that the APC has suffered, some people blame your party for it, that's the PDP in the House, because it would seem that they also helped stoke the division within the APC. And then when that division was raging, there was also the question of how, if the Speaker had his own people in principal positions, it was also going to be to the favor of the PDP, especially in the sharing of people, chairmen and what have you, for standing committees. Do you see that being affected now, the constitution of standing committees?
Thank you. Let me first and foremost say, as a member who is elected on the platform of the party, when you come into the chambers, you have a duty to choose who you want to work with. You have a duty to sample opinions. You have a duty to find out who will lead us well so that Nigerians will benefit. So I think partisan, whether PDP or APC or ABGA or whatever party, should be secondary. First and foremost, we are individual, we are parliamentarians. So you want to choose who will lead the parliament well. So I think decisions were not based on individuals. But we agreed that the party that has the majority number of people should produce the presiding officer, who will be the speaker and the deputy speaker. And majority of us sat down and agreed on certain criteria that should be followed. And some felt Baja is better, and some felt Speaker Dogara is better. And that's why Speaker Dogara and the Deputy Speaker Lasma emerged as the presiding officers. Now, that having been said, now, if PDP, as a minority party, could decide for a majority party, that is, PDP is just 125, I think 125 to 126 in the House of Representatives, while APC have 225. Now, in a situation where 225 people, we agree for 125 people to decide for them, I think it shows a lot of, it's something to be concerned about. But I don't think that was what happened. But if they have allowed that to happen, that we chose who, of course we have a vote. So if every member has a vote and decided to choose who he wants, the onus lies with the ruling party to put all their votes and put all their eggs in one basket and show leadership and show us the direction.
Are you claiming ignorance of the fire that was raging amongst APC members before they came to the floor of the House for the vote? Is that what you're claiming?
No, I'm not claiming ignorance. I'm aware the individuals in APC had their preferences.
So what role then? What role? Because you've talked about altruistic, purposes about choosing who will best lead Parliament, and in fact, I think one of the PDP members also talked about, if we sense an external hand, no matter how good the person is, we will resist it in the House of Representatives. It was seen that these factors also came to play, talking about politics. Are you saying that no political consideration came into play with the way your party members voted? Is that what you're saying?
If you allow me, I will have told you that we will have provided the candidate for the speaker. But as it may, we agree that APC was the majority, and we believe that since contest is about the majority or who has the highest vote, there wouldn't have been any way where a PDP candidate would present himself to be elected as speaker and win it. So we now wanted to give the ruling party a chance so that they will produce the presiding officer. But like I said earlier, you cannot exclude people having their differences or preferences for candidates within the APC. Now, what has happened, of course, it will affect even the composition of the committee chairmanship and deputy chairmanship, and even the working of the House. But I think the most important thing here, now that APC has seen the need to settle themselves and forge ahead, I think what we need to do as opposition is to also cooperate with them for the betterment of Nigerians. So it will continue to go on. You agree with me that even those that were in Dogara camp, some of them are not happy with what has happened. Those that were in Baja's camp were not happy with what has happened. Some of us in the minority were not happy with what has happened. But the bottom line here is, must everybody be happy before we move forward? I think it shouldn't be like that.
Tell us before we wrap this up then, to what extent did and can your party go in determining who occupied what positions in the leadership of the House?
Now, according to the House rule, there is a committee that will be set up very soon, which will be called the Selection Committee. The Selection Committee has a duty in distribution of the leadership of the committee to the various zones in Nigeria. And this committee has a chairman. This committee will now bring its recommendation to the body of the principal officers, who will now sit down. And these principal officers include even the minority parties as well. So each state is to produce a member who will sit in the selection committee, which will now do the placement of members according to many criteria that will be put forward in various committees, and then the report will be brought to the body of principal officer. They will deliberate on it, and the committees will be announced. So in that case, you see, there is no issue of party or no party. I think we are going to look at credibility, and we are going to look at who will suit each position best. All
right, Honorable Yakubu Barde, Minority Whip in the House of Representatives, thank you for talking to us today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.